Hey, vacationers, it's Eddie from Exploreteria, and welcome back to episode 11 of the Flambé. On today's episode, we'll be talking about a Disney Cruise Line crew member arrest, a private destination that's going to remain closed for a little longer, some great news on the Disneyland expansion, and if you've been to Universal Studios Hollywood recently and you're feeling a little sick, you might want to stick around to the end. All that and more today on Exploreteria. As always, first up, we've got cruise news. A Disney Cruise Line crew member was just arrested for child pornography. Tirso Neri was working aboard the Disney Dream when he was found to have explicit photos of children on two of his phones. He was later arrested by Homeland Security. And this is the first time that DCL has some crew members who were a little shady when it comes to the kids. There were two crew members that were previously charged in January of this year, and a dancer that was just charged in April. We just booked our first Disney cruise on the Disney Dream, and I'm gonna tell you, my eyes are gonna be open and my fists are gonna be ready. There's some sick people in this world, man. Holland America had a crew member go overboard this week. The Rotterdam ship was cruising south of Key West when apparently the crew member jumped. Authorities didn't know this at first, so they were searching for him, and the search lasted for 2 days and covered 538 square miles. Our thoughts are with the family of that crew member during these trying times. Princess Cruises is rolling out some new dining options. Starting in September, they're going to be having 3 different ways that you can dine in the main dining room. So the first way is just going to be a regular, normal, traditional dining experience, like we're used to having on cruise ships. So you'll have the same table every day, you'll have the same waiter every day, and you'll go to the same dining room. The second method is the reservable experience, which kind of seems like the My Time dining, sort of. So you can make reservations for whatever time you want to eat at. And the third option for dining is going to be a walk-up dining experience. So apparently with this one, in this dining room, you would just walk in, find an open table, sit down. Makes me wonder why anybody would use the reservation system. I guess for the reservation one, I guess there wouldn't be really a wait, right? You know what time your table would be ready and you just walk in at that time. Whereas with the walk-up dining, there could be a wait time, right? You could be sitting outside waiting for a table to open up. Personally, I enjoy the reservation style, like the My Time dining. Because you never know what you're going to be doing on a cruise ship, right? You never know what time shows are going to be until you're on the ship. But recently we've been doing the traditional dining because with our 4-year-old, it's a lot easier to know exactly when we're going to eat and just schedule around her eating instead of around us enjoying activity. But I really like that they have all these different options. It makes them experience more of your own. Instead of you being on the ship's time, the ship is catering to you. I like that. Also in Princess Cruise news, the second Sphere class ship that was supposed to be delivered next year. Well, it's still being delivered next year, but it's been delayed. So the Star Princess, which is going to be sister to the Sun Princess, which just came out this year, is getting delayed for 2 months. So it's supposed to have its inaugural voyage in July of 2025, but that's been pushed back now to September of 2025, which means that 9 cruises were just canceled. So hopefully those guests on those 9 cruises will get the option to rebook. I mean, I know a lot of people really like to be on inaugural cruises because, you know, there's usually free swag given out and stuff like that. But hopefully they'll get that option again. I've never been on a Princess cruise. None of their ships really stand out to me. I mean, the Sun Princess, I've seen the pictures of and everything, you know, I've seen the deck plans and everything of the Sun Princess. It looks beautiful, but it looks boring. So, like, I don't know, like, are you guys Princess cruisers? Like, is it something we should try? Like, is it more fun than it looks, I guess? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Royal Caribbean has announced that cancellations to their Labadee private destination, Haiti, is going to be continued through May. The cancellations originally started in mid-March due to the gangs taking over the government in Haiti and thousands of prisoners escaping from multiple prisons. So Haiti's not really a chill place to be right now, I hear. We were just in the DR, which is right next door, and I felt completely safe. Apparently Haiti's pretty rough. And it really sucks because I've been to Labadee and I love it. Like, the zip line was beautiful. Zip lining over the ocean, oh my God. Oh, sorry, I've digressed. Back to the news. I just hope that everything in Haiti gets figured out and they can open that destination back up again, because I'd love to go back. Moving on, MSC has just announced a new stay-and-cruise package deal. They're going to be rolling out for 11 of their different cruise ships in Europe and the US. So the package will allow guests to stay 2 or 3 nights either before or after their cruise. They'll also include breakfast, transportation, round-trip transportation from the airport to the hotel and to the cruise ship, as well as a half-day excursion to all the number one touristy, sites in the port city. It's pretty cool. It's a really cool way to check out the home port that you'll be at, without having to do all the planning yourself. You just kind of show up and enjoy. Once again, MSC, they're giving me more reasons to give them a try. I don't know. It's looking pretty good. MSC World America, MSC World Asia. Nice looking ships. Okay, now I want to take a break just to remind everybody that our review and vlog videos from our recent trip on the Mardi Gras into Universal's Islands of Adventure are going to be coming out pretty soon. So if you're subscribed, make sure you keep an eye on that notification bell. Make sure the notifications are on so you can be the first to watch. And if you're not subscribed, come on. Just a little button right down there. Just click it. Join the clique. Join the crew. We appreciate all you guys. Okay, that's the end of my plug. Let's move on now to theme park news. Disneyland Forward has been initially approved by the Anaheim City Council in a sweeping victory. Everybody, it was approved. No votes against. Okay, they're supposed to vote again in May 7th, and if that one passes, 30 days later, the plan should kick in. And if you're not familiar with the Disneyland Forward, it's a plan by Disney to basically turn a lot of their land, which is parking, right now used mostly for parking, into theme park property. So they're gonna expand the theme parks, possibly, who knows, make a third. A lot of people are saying that they could make a third. There's enough space there, but I don't think they will. I think they're just gonna expand. It would be great if they made a third. I love a third gate, but I think that it's just going to be expansion. I don't think we're going to have to pay a whole nother ticket. I really think that that's where all the Avatar stuff's going to go, right? The new Avatar experience that they've been talking about, which, who needs it? In my opinion, I prefer, more Star Wars. I think, of course you guys know that. You've heard me say that multiple times. I prefer more Star Wars at Disneyland. If Universal could put Harry Potter freaking everywhere and it do so well, why can't we have more Star Wars at Disneyland? The fan base is huge. But I'm really excited for Disneyland Forward and the expansion. And in case you didn't know, I reported on this, I don't remember when, but there's also the expansion coming in Magic Kingdom in Orlando, as well as the Dinosaur Land changeover, I guess you could say, to the whole Indiana Jones area in Animal Kingdom. So there's a lot of new awesome changes coming to Disney, and I'm really looking forward to them. As for another Disney first, Victoria and Albert's at Disney World's Grand Floridian Resort has just received a Michelin star. It's Disney's first Michelin star for an owned and operated Disney restaurant. And, I didn't expect it. I've never been Victoria and Albert's, paying $450 a guest with wine pairing or $295 without just didn't seem right at a theme park, even if it is Disney. But this Michelin star, maybe is giving me a reason to try Victoria and Albert's out. So I don't know. Have you guys, who's been to Victoria and Albert's, and do you think it deserves the Michelin star that it got? Like, was it that good, and is it worth the money, or do you think it's overpriced and just kind of hyped up because it is a Disney restaurant? So I don't know. Let me know again, comments. Vin Diesel keeps telling us that, family comes first, but Universal's shutting down the Fast and Furious ride. The ride's going to be shut down starting in August all the way through November. So basically, they're shutting it down because they use part of the building for Hollywood Horror Nights. And instead of running the ride during the day and then shutting it down at night for Hollywood Horror Nights like they've previously done, they're just going to shut it down altogether so they don't have to do the changeover. Nobody really likes that ride anyway, apparently. It was previously shut down in 2020 for a few weeks because nobody was riding it. So I don't foresee that ride being in the park much longer. I don't even, potentially it might not even come back after the shutdown. I mean, if it's shut down and they don't get no complaints and I'm sure they could find new things to do with the space, it may not even come back, which, most people probably won't care about, right? So, I don't know. Do you guys like this ride? And for all the Florida residents out there, Universal Orlando's got a deal for you going on right now. If you buy a 2-day 2-park ticket, they're going to throw in 2 additional days just for you. For being such great neighbors, I guess. There's also an upgrade to add on a Volcano Bay edition. So, like I said, it's only available for Florida residents. So if you are a Florida resident and you haven't heard of this already, I'll put the link in the video description below so you can check it out. And finally, if you have visited Universal Studios Hollywood in around late March and you're not feeling so good, you might want to go talk to your doctor. The LA County Health Department released information that a patient positive for measles visited the theme park on March 20th. So if you were there on that day and you're showing symptoms, you might want to get checked out. Apparently, you can be at risk up to 21 days after exposure. The patient visited multiple restaurants: Cletus's Chicken Shack, Lard Lad Donuts, EC Food Truck, and Buca de Beppo at City Walk. And he also apparently visited some other restaurants outside of the theme park in the vicinity. So if you're showing symptoms like a fever higher than 101 degrees Fahrenheit, a cough, runny nose, red watery eyes, tiny white spots inside your mouth, and a rash, or if you know anybody in your family that visited around that time and is showing those symptoms, please, please, please go see a doctor. And don't touch nobody. Wash your hands. All right? Well, that does it for this week's episode. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing to stay up to date with the latest in the cruise and theme park news. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week.
Had to pay bills, my current dichotomy grown from pure curiosity. Guess I didn't know that part of the deal, or know how quick it get real. Feeling so fleeting, me and myself need a meeting to make it clearer. Conversate with the mirror.